Hello, and welcome to Everquest 2. So my Grim Dawn buddy is probably not available. So we're going to spend a little bit of time getting ready for the October Halloween events in some of these MMOs that I play. So from the last episode, some of you have already seen my house. I need to decorate it. I still got my moving crate from when I moved in. I have not placed the items. But here's the problem that I get into. I've got this huge box of crafting materials in this personal harvest depot, and I have quite a lot of stuff. Let's send our goblin off to get some things. Alright, so I have this personal harvest depot where we put all of our harvested items, and what I found is that I have to actually go down by the dock to craft anything because I don't have any. There's one of my cats. I don't have any crafting tables, so I never bothered to do this because I was always in a guild, and I'm not in a guild anymore. So I'm going to set up this ballroom as a crafting center, and I should be able to access the harvesting depot from here. As you can see, it's telling me it can reach it, so I have the ability to just craft in my house now. I just need a heck of a lot of fuel. Now, almost every crafting class in Everquest 2 has a crafting table, and we want to get the highest level ones we can. I can't remember if they're exquisite or elaborate. I'm pretty sure I got elaborate, and I needed to get the higher level one. So we're going to go to the city vendor, or the vendor that sells them, and double check and see what we can get. Because I haven't played this in forever. Like, actively. So, but I think my friend is going to play with me for Halloween. So I want to get him geared up. And in order to do that, I don't want to have to keep running down to the dock down there to use their crafting stations. And make sure that I have the right amount of equipment with me to craft stuff. It's kind of amazing the things you remember.
You thought you were so superior, and look who you come to.
And this is my woodworker troubadour. So doesn't matter what class it is, you can earn the status points you need on every single class that's crafting. I just happen to have a bunch of ingredients on my troubadour, and my troubadour should probably get to 100 or 110 or whatever it is. Anyway, these are the status items that you can buy. And elaborate. So I was wrong. It's not exquisite, it's elaborate. And it takes 492,805 status points to buy, along with 87, about 88 gold. Gold I got plenty of. I could get a simple one for 6,000, but simple ones don't work quite as well. It limits the craft to crude quality products at best. Elaborate goes up to pristine, which is where we need it. So we need chemistry table, engraving desk, forge. I already have the sewing table, stove and keg, woodworking, and a workbench. We are going for the woodworking table first. And this character has 125,500 status points. So we got a ways to go. Now let me go into my options. Let me turn that sound down. It is a little bit loud. Now, I will say that this is probably, unless you're really interested in crafting or wandering around the city, going to be very, very boring. But there are some people who could be interested in crafting. So I figure I'll take you on my journey. What am I using for sandpaper now? I cannot remember. Gotta get rid of these bags. And all the other stuff. Let's see, this would be the easiest way. I think it is ethereal. Yep. So we go to ethereal sandpaper, and each ethereal sandpaper costs 1.5 gold. So I like the fact that you can carry a stack of 100 and you can just replenish them by clicking that button. And now we've got, 200. Now we've got 200. Used to be 100. And we just keep clicking that. So there's a couple different ways you can get status points in this game. Status points give you the ability to buy those things we're talking about. One thing you can do is you can sell city tokens and these amulets and stuff, and that'll give you status points. But if you go do orders, you can also get status points. I already have a rush order, so we're gonna skip this cycle of picking one up and just go straight to the work order. And now we have to do 300 titanium throwing daggers and 3 sumac bow staffs. So let's knock out the sumac bow staffs first. So type in sumac bow, and away we go. And I'll keep this out of the way so you can see how the abilities go. So we have to do an action to counter that part of the craft. Now, we're doing rush orders. The rush orders are timed, and it gives us 8 minutes to make all the items. And that sounds a little bit intimidating if you haven't done a lot of crafting, but trust me, it's very easy. I can actually run to my house, pick up the items, and run back, and usually get them done. Unless I have a hard time remembering what the ingredients are, or if it's for Provisioner, because Provisioner just has way too many ingredients. So we're going to have to get the keg probably on our woodworker. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you complete it with, just as long as you complete the orders. And you have 2 of these. They do different things. This one decreases success chance while increasing progress. I have to do one more, right? And this one decreases success chance and increases durability. The top is durability. The bottom is state bar, which is basically progress. So if we use this one, we decrease durability. If we use this one, we can increase durability. And then we get paid 23 gold and 40 silver for doing the first part of the order. Now the first part, that basically we're just getting paid for our materials, and not even the materials we gathered. We're getting paid for the fuel, and maybe a little bit more to buy our next crafting book when we reach our next level. And we still have 6 minutes to go, so that half the order took 2 minutes. The only ones that are even challenging to do rush orders are Provisioner. And I have done a lot of these. And this also will grant status for your guild, so your guild can level up. So if I was in your guild and I was doing these missions, it would be adding status points to your guild, and the guild would be leveling. And with as many as I've got to do, I actually probably should find a low-level guild and help them out. But we do get a significant amount of experience for doing these, regardless of the fact that I'm doing them for the tier below where I currently am. Because I am level 92, and I'm doing a level 89 writ. And this is our last set, and we'll finish at about the 4-minute mark. So we used half our allotted time. As I said, these are super easy. And then you go turn it in. And I don't have the crafting materials right now for the 90 to 100 tier. So we're going to continue doing the 89 tier. So this is what we got. We got at least 12 gold. We did get more to pay for our fuel. And we got 17,630 status points. Plus we got some faction, but we're already maxed out on faction, so pretty sure. Yeah, we're at 50,000 positive faction. We can't get any higher, so that doesn't matter anymore. But now we have 143,000, so now we have 400,000 to go. So we're going to accept the quest. Thanks. I'll get started right away. And as you can see, I have already picked up a good amount of material to work with. So we can do as many of these as we need to do. And after 4 or 5 of these, we're going to have to go buy some more sandpaper. Okay, so we're going to buy a compact, sumac, harv. Now what these harvesting kits do is they allow you to harvest faster and increase your chance of rares. You can see it applies a benefit that lasts for 10 days when you equip it, and you'll harvest a second time, 12% of harvest. Reduces the harvest time for fishing, forest, and gathering, mining, and trapping by 0.5 seconds. And that can make all the difference in the world. I don't know that I have one of these equipped, do I? I don't even know that I have one of these. I should make an extra one. Actually, I should make one in the tier that I'm working in. Maybe we'll get lucky and our harvesting goblin will bring us back something useful. Alright, one more. We should really see if there's a higher tier of these, but I think we will not be able to quite get to it just yet. But I'll show you what happens when we reach the next level, and you can see maybe where we'll get it. So let's take a look and go. As you can see, there's one for like every level. but they come in kind of late in the level, so we won't see our next one until at least about 96, 97 or so. I kind of wish there was a clear button for this. That would be very useful. Hey, that dude just made 40. God, I don't even remember back that far. All right. Counter the negative effect. All right, so breaking down what it's using as a primary component and some build components. Crafting in EverQuest 2 used to require you to build subcomponents to add into this, so you would actually have to make some subcomponents, some glue and some other things, and a stick and whatnot to throw into these, and then you could use your primary components to assemble the whole thing. And then your fuel component, for us of course, is sandpaper, where each one of these uses 2 sandpaper, and 1 sumac lumber, 2 mottled leather, and 4 titanium ore. Now, I think we have the ability to mass produce these, but I am pretty sure mass production does not work during writs and orders. I mean, we could try it, but I have no use for throwing daggers, so. Alright, and that is that one. So now we turn this in. And we're still level 92, but we're darn close to 93. So the next one should get us to 93. We got another 17,500. Status points. So we got about 300,000 to go. Told you this is going to be kind of a long process. I used to do this all day, every day. Did I use all my vitality bonus? I did. Now I'm only gaining normal experience. Darn. Still beats just about everything else. So crafting used to actually mean something in EverQuest 2. Your crafted items are actually used to be useful. And like all the other games, they kind of got away from that. You can buy pretty much anything useful. There used to be different tiers of items that you could make, and you could make like a pristine one that had like more effective bonuses. Now, if you don't get this tier, it just fails. So they kind of nerfed crafting a little bit, which was a very sad day for me, and I think that was one of the times I probably quit in protest, seeing as how heavily invested I am with crafters. Hey, a crowd's gathering at the execution plaza. Bet that's going to be a fun event. And now we'll make some of these, and this is just ammo. And once we turn this in, we should be the next level, and I'll show you what happens when you make a level in crafting in Everquest 2. Which is a bit unlike most other games. Alright. See, this is what happens when you blow it. Yeah, I totally meant to do that. Right. At this level, it really doesn't matter. At lower levels, it can get bad. Hey, they're going to terminate a prisoner in the execution plaza. Darn, we should go watch that. Let's go watch the event. Alright, so... I think this is where it is. So he's passing judgment on the renegade. Kinosian sympathizer. An aid to those who'd sow disorder in our city. I need not remind you, we are superior to the Kinosians in every way but one. Our only flaw is complacency. But I urge you, loyal citizens, to be complacent no longer. For the good of the city, for the might of Freeport and its people, we must not tolerate betrayal. We must remove this corrupting influence from our city. I love these dynamic events. They're really cool. For these reasons, and for this prisoner's crimes, I condemn the prisoner to death. Okay, so... he's suspended in the air. And he drops him in there. Now, if you jump in here... Ooh.
Be wary, citizens. The people of Kinos fear our might, and their treacherous spies are everywhere.
If you jump in here, you actually end up in the middle of the common lands, so... it's kind of a quick way to get outside. Bye-bye, Lucan. Okay, back to what we were doing. Okay, we need to find the trainer. So, we made a level, and when you make a level in Everquest 2, in crafting, you have to learn how to craft the next steps. Now, the advanced books are the higher level gear, the legendary gear and whatnot. So we get the rare material gear, basically. Now, this book costs 50 platinum, 40 gold, and 2 copper. I'm kind of hoping we can actually find this out in the wild. There's only 5 of them for sale, so we're going to have to go looking anyway. So we might as well adventure and try to get them in a drop. Gray ones you already have. White ones you need. Red ones you cannot learn yet. And as you can see, the prices for the normal ones are fairly reasonable. This book 93 is only going to cost us 24-ish gold, so we're going to give it a buy. And then we're going to find it, describe it, and now we can make swamp ash stuff. Bow staff, great staff, sorcerer's staff. Just talking about houses. Alright, more orders. And now, see, now we can do 93rd rank woodworker rush orders. But we do not have enough crafting materials in this rank to do them, so we are going to do these. Which means we'll make less experience. However, we don't really need that much. We still only need 50,000 experience to make a level. So we will eventually make that level. Regardless. And the harvesting kit uses a different set of ingredients. It uses 5 sandpaper, 1 bamboo shoot, 2 mottled leather, and 4 sumac lumber. So, different items take different levels of fuel and different levels of items to build. All this just so we can get a table like this one. But that will make our carpenter and our woodworker able to work out of the house. So that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Next we could get the forge, which does the armor and the weaponsmith. So there's another 2 for 1. But I would like to do the provisioner one, which is only good for the provisioner, because provisioner rush orders are a pain in the butt if you have to carry the items with you. Unless you want to go harvest for a few hours before you start. And I really don't. Okay, that's it for those. Throwing daggers. We're gonna have to buy some fuel after this one, I think. And we're still getting the same 136 trade skill experience for creating them, so it's not horrible. And the good part is we get plenty of time to do them. So if we have to go buy something, it's not a huge issue to run over there to the broker or run over there to the merchant and pick them up. But I don't feel like buying thousands and thousands of materials to craft with. So maybe we'll have a gathering expedition soon. Tell you what, nothing puts me to sleep more than crafting in Everquest 2. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. And that is that. We will turn it in. Now we got another prestige point. Buy some more fuel. Yeah, we still had 120 left. So we can actually summon. See, now we're getting a little less status points for doing this one because it's too easy for us. Could summon a workbench, but there's just something for having your own. Sumac bow staff. And this is a special one. This should finish next thing. And that gives us a bonus. For 9 minutes, our fletching increases by 25. So that means crafts should be easier for the next 9 minutes. Should be. We'll still get events, but when it goes up, the progress should go up significantly each time. And I will say, I like this much better than crafting in the crafting pit they used to have. But to be honest, I made most of my levels in Guild Hall, crafting for guilds. I'd like to knock these menial tasks out that I've been meaning to do for the last 14 years. So that I can actually do events and stuff when they come up and not worry about it. And see, now they've become easy, so we may actually have a hard time doing these to level up soon. We should get to 100 though. But it might be a long road. Either way, we'll ride it as far as we can. Still making status points, so that's all that matters. And there are other ways to get status points. I'm just covering the ways that crafters can make status points. Excuse me. This should take us about over 200,000 status points, so we're about halfway to getting our next bench. And I will get the wood bench first. Then we can come back and see about getting the provisioner's bench. Because if I can't do these and gain anything anymore, I'll switch to my carpenter. For the next one. combine some words there, it looks like. Sumac staff. Shorten it up a little bit, you know. Sumac is way too long to type. Now the benefit of actually using this character and getting it to max level is that the next crafter we switch to, it's an experience bonus to get to 100, and everyone we get, or maybe not 100, but max level. I don't know if 100 is max level for crafting anymore. But whatever max level is, the next one gets a bonus, and when it gets to max level, we get another bonus. I believe it's 20% experience rate. So every succeeding crafter we work on after this goes faster to get to 100. And if the durability falls down here and we end up at this tier, we only get the sandpaper back. And maybe only one. Maybe not all of them. And Everquest is all about skills. Oh, it'll be under character, that's right. So as you gain skill, this is how well I can use crossbows, crushing weapons, focus. But as we're going up in trade skilling, these will be lower. Our fletching, we have a bonus right now, but it's 485 out of 490. It increases by using it. So like swimming and gathering all go up as you use them. Alcohol tolerance, you have to drink. Safe fall, you have to fall from a distance. And that's how you increase your skills. Okay. Looking at the guilds. Level 147, huh? Okay, so some of the guilds are looking for specific people. I don't know anybody anymore, so not since the server's consolidation. Another one goes down. We got another prestige point. Make some sumac harvesting kits. And it'll catch up eventually. It queues up these messages, so eventually it will get to where we are. Mostly it's just an exercise in redoing your hotbar because it shoves a bunch of skills on it that you don't really care about. Huh. Halfway to 94. All my characters used to be max level. It's so annoying that they're not now. It's the bad part about an expansion coming out when I'm not really participating. I lose all my bonuses in one shot. Throwing daggers. Sounds dangerous. Plus 209 piercing with a 10% hit bonus. And it's a 1-for-1, so 100 of them is 100 shots, basically. And it makes no distinction at a new tier as to quality. It's probably a mount now. They did make some changes to that. Alright, so working with the forge, if you fail too many of these, the forge will actually kill you. Because it does damage to you. As you saw, that guy got knocked on his butt. There are crafts that if you miss one of these will completely execute you. Most of those are quest based. And it does warn you about the volatile nature of what you're doing. And you can see our fletching is going up. Just need like 3 more. We'll be caught up. That's done. Got another prestige point. What do we make it now? Sumac bowstaff. Imagine that. Maybe before we end the episode, we'll go get a haircut because I have never been happy with my hair with this character. That is not an attractive hairstyle. And they have made so many that are so much nicer. This is a very old character. So I'm pretty sure that hairstyle was when it came out. Unless I changed to that at some point, but God, I can't even imagine why, unless it was some kind of a joke. And I'm pretty sure I have a ticket to be able to do that, so... Titanium throwing daggers. If you haven't made something before, you get a bonus for making it. So sometimes these are really great for making lots of new items, but we've just made the same thing over and over and over again. They have oversimplified crafting to so much of a degree. Making levels as fast is just unheard of from when I started. And do we even have to move? No, we don't. Probably don't even have to turn around. I kind of wish you could just click on those and it would look for them. But, you know, wanting something and getting it are always two different things in this game. I think somebody saw a table one time and thought, yeah, it's probably work. So we just got like all kinds of things magically going here. Doing nothing at all. Cutting that log, cutting that piece of board, planing, boring a hole, and we're just holding a stick. So none of this is relevant to what we're doing at all. critical success used to actually mean something. So when you got a critical success, you'd get additional items, you'd get other stuff. I don't think it means much anymore. Now, there are entire crafting missions, and it's a mega mission. You gotta make a ton of stuff. Maybe we'll do one of those, but they take a while to do solo. Quite a while, actually. It's like more than an hour. And there's very little return. Oh yeah, I don't have to move. Almost to the next level. Smack bow staff. All this for a table. We can't even steal this one. Which is weird, because we're a thief. I figure it's kind of in the job description. We should just be able to walk out with this one in our pocket. Now, the status points are character locked, so I can't transfer the status points from this character to another. Well, I can, but I think I have to delegate them to them, and I lose a bunch, and it's complicated, and I don't think it works very well. So, when we stop gaining points, there's really no point in continuing to use the same character, which is when that item that I'm making turns gray. Once you get up into the higher levels, the number of things you can make is absolutely massive. Especially if you've done all the quests and got all the side recipes too. There we go. Well, now we're level 94, so let's go buy some more fuel. Used 126. And now let's go find the other guy. and buy our next book. So this book teaches us how to make fighting batons, pikes, wands, batons, pikes, wands. So this is pikes, wands, and batons. And this one will be longbows and totems. This one will be batons, wands, clubs, some shields, longbows, these are the imbued ones. And more batons. Great club. Do we not get it till 100? Arrows. Throwing stuff. I guess there is no higher gathering kit than sumac. We should make a bunch of them. As you can see, the list is just massive. We'll scribe it. Let's make, and I can make a bunch of them. I can make one. I'll make one for myself. So when we go out gathering, we can equip this momentarily and gain the benefit of it. And we will gather more efficiently. Where's that put us? 299,000. Getting closer. Now we're getting 133 experience per item. Not that it matters, the bulk of it comes from turning in the quest. We still need 50,000 to make a level. And if you make the wrong item, it doesn't count. And you can't turn it in later, so you might as well just figure you're going to sell it. Which is actually another end goal that I have. To be able to craft in my house and sell my items. Without having to leave. The one thing I wish I could have done in Final Fantasy, but they do not allow it. Probably because it'd be huge item duping. Yeah, after a while I start to get a little cross-eyed about this. Still pretty easy. Way easier than it was. All done. Need like 100 more, so we gotta do like 6 more of these. And then we can place our table. Maybe 7 more. I don't know. But as you can see, we have a compact sumac harvesting kit in our inventory and is not counting towards our goal. So we have to make them specifically for this. You can't just buy the items and turn them in. All this work just to be able to make some items in my house. It's still worth it. Doesn't matter how many times we have to do it. We're still gaining levels, we're doing things, we're playing the game. We're not playing the most exciting game, but we're playing the game. This is a special event. Your crafting expertise shines through. That usually means we got some of our crafting material back. Yeah. I was looking at my inventory, not paying attention. Not that it matters. As long as I'm not on a forge, doesn't matter. I could fail them all and hit one and just finish it and be done. And in case you're wondering, this account is 5,415 days old. So it's been around for a while. I don't have my subscription anymore. Since we couldn't play and get sound before, I canceled it because I wasn't playing without the ability to do sound, and The sound card I had in my computer at the time would not allow me to record sound. This one does. It's the benefit of buying a new computer just so you can play a game and have sound. All right, so we have 28.1%. Now we have 41.4%. Sumac Bowstaff. Go. I always thought it'd be kind of fun to have two come up at once and have to choose which one you were going to counter, but they never went there. They did used to happen a lot faster. I think if you start failing, it throws more at you, though. After we finish this, we need to check our little buddy and see if he gathered any ingredients for us. Right. Titanium throwing daggers. These are easy. If you decide to have to go this route, don't be intimidated. But most people don't do crafting anymore. It's fairly pointless. Unless you're just trying to save a lot of money. And you can click these or you can type the numbers in that correspond to them. When this screen is up, this is your hot bar. All right. No, he still needs a little more time. bow staff. And we will, normally I would end this because it's late, but we will go ahead and get the dang table down today. I think 5 more of these should get us really close. Still going to be about 20 minutes. Don't want to run too late, but I don't want to do this start in the middle again tomorrow. And I would like to finish this project. At least this year. Regardless, we'll finish it by the weekend, I think. Then we can do something more interesting. Because I have to admit, this isn't the most interesting thing in the world. But it is a part of the game. Titanium throwing daggers. Seems like that'd be really heavy. We're only getting 129 experience per craft. It's not really moving our bar very fast. That's okay. Is that I haven't done a lot of gathering in the top tier yet, so I don't have as much ingredients as I should. Watch that durability shoot up. Bam. You can activate them when you're not in a problem and get the same effect, but generally I don't have to. Normally also want to take your food and drink and unequip it. But I don't care, I just make more, so it really doesn't matter. There we go. This next one should get us another level. Sure way not to get the same item is leave the previous item open. Sure, it's random, but, you know, I'm sure it's also going to be like, no, we're not giving you an advantage. It's 385,000. So you need like 3 more of these, maybe? What is this, like 429, I think I said? We'll go see one when we get to 430-ish. This just burns through ingredients. And now they're easy and light blue. So they're going to turn green here in a minute. Probably after this turn in. Which means we're going to get a lot less experience. Trying to trick me there. I mean, normally I would try to min-max these and get them done as quick as possible, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference. And we're finishing them well within the time limit, so there's really no point. As long as we hit them, that's all that counts. And don't screw up like that. Still went up. That's the one you don't want to blow. And now we're level 95. Let's see if it gives us titanium shuriken. Nope, throwing daggers. And for these particular writs, we are using our own ingredients to do them. So we're not getting any benefit of having provided with them. The other way of doing it, they give you the ingredients to work with. For the most part, you still need a boatload of fuel. I think. I don't remember if they give you the fuel too. I think they might. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do, actually, now that I think about it. But if you do them solo, one part of it is going to be very difficult based on what class you are. And as a woodworker, it's going to be one part of that quest that's going to be very hard for me to complete. That's when it gets to be a challenge. Of course, that's probably the only crafting challenge in this game anymore. Might do one of those this weekend, just for fun. Not sure which one will be up, though. We'll see. It's 402. It's like two more. Two more reds, not two more. Two more crafts. And the keg is going to be important because crafting food is way easier in a house. Or near a harvesting box. Okay, turn this in. 16,000 now. So it gets progressively more and more that you have to do. But still not bad. I mean, 16,000 is a lot. regardless, it will take us up over 429, and I think that's where we need to be. So we'll go check it out after this. Hoping it's right. I don't want to do another 2. But if we have to, we have to. It's not like it'll take a long time. Maybe someday we'll do the Crafter Epic quest. I haven't done it for ages, though. Don't even know if it's still worth it. Looks like getting another table will get us really darn close to 100. Last one. Saw looks like it would hurt. No, he still needs more time. Oh, it's 492,000. Ah. So we have to do like 3 more. Let's go buy our book. And yeah, you can buy all the books at once if you want to. I prefer to buy them as I need them, though. So 4, 5. Huh. There it is. So let's see. 2 more will be 30. So we need to do 4 more. can do that. And we'll do the haircut tomorrow. We'll have some time to put into it. I can make sure I got my barbershop appointment all set up. Hey, we're actually having to get 237,000 experience now. We're up from 50. 50,000, that is. So that was a pretty drastic increase. I think that means we used a whole stack of titanium ore. We might have to go get some more. Not for this, but, you know, later. Last one of this batch. $40,000. Spent most of my previous status points on decorating. Then I never bothered to put the decorations up anymore. Maybe we'll have a decorating party. Yeah, now it's green. So we're going to get a lot less experience. Titanium throwing daggers. Having a hard time staying awake now. I think we might finish this up tomorrow. We'll do that one last one to get it done, and then we'll put the bench down tomorrow. I don't know, maybe I can do one more set. Alright, turn it in. Where are we at? 469. So we'd have to do 2 more. Alright, we'll do 2 more tomorrow or whenever we play again. But then we'll get this nice, fine, fancy table, magic table in our house. And then we'll get a workbench and a forge. And chemistry table and an engraving desk. Then we'll be done. So we'll pick that up tomorrow from here. And see if our gathering guy ever got it done. No, he didn't. Alright, well, he'll be done tomorrow. So we'll pick up our stuff tomorrow and see where we wound up. And we'll finish it up and start on the next one. I'll see you then.